Okay, so we've got the Rolex Hulk Noob Replica, and want to do some durability testing, see how this thing performs in some difficult environments. So it's synced with my Rolex, the real Rolex, and there's the Noob. I thought, what better way to test the durability of this watch than to freeze it, and then we'll do some testing after it's frozen and evaluate it. Obviously, this is in very controlled conditions. This isn't something you just want to do on a whim. You need a laboratory and the appropriate equipment to do something like this, and we have that. Fortunately, we have a kitchen, so ice ball mold is a perfect scientific way to encapsulate the watch into ice. So we're going to do that. Put it in there for a few hours. We're going to see how it holds up on time, and then do some interesting things with it after it's come out of its deep freeze. All right, so it's been a few hours. Let's see how the Hulk is doing. Appears to be very frozen. This is exciting. Oh yeah, that actually, I can't tell if it's still running or not. It should be showing about 9:06. Hard to tell. But it's fully encapsulated, which is great. So something like this, with the prices of these the new replica Rolexes dropping, these make great cocktail party novelties. So we'll just pour some Maker's Mark. Let that stir up a little bit. And what better way to welcome a guest than give them a cocktail with a Rolex Hulk in it. And you got to earn that. You got to drink through that. Probably going to have a couple cocktails. And at the end of the night, you end up with a worthless piece of trash Rolex replica. I still want to know if the damn thing is keeping time. So at this point, it's not bad. It's not bad. I think the next thing to do would be to try a thermal shock test. So let's bring that up. Bring it up to a boil. Okay, so the cocktail is still doing great. The flavor, it's Maker's Mark Mint Julep with just a tinge of China. It has a taste of a Chinese factory working, ridiculously long hours to generate these knockoff watches for pennies on the dollar. So it's got a great flavor to it. But let's try something different here. Let's take the watch. I hate to waste good bourbon, but we need to do something a little more dramatic. Let's try some thermal shock. Okay. We brought this to a boil, and let's see what happens to the watch. It's actually doing great. That was boiling water, still pretty hot. So we're going to try a little thermal shock. It's still in ice. It's experiencing freezing and ridiculously hot. We're at 189 degrees. The ice is coming off nicely. I'm really excited to see what kind of time it's keeping. So it's in some boiling water. We'll go ahead and take it off boil. Ice is starting to really separate. And we'll see if we can scoop it out of there. Yeah, we'll go ahead and shut that off. The ice is separated nicely. The Chinese watch is now exposed for what it is. And let's see if it's keeping time. Because right now, according to my watch, it's 9:15. And so we're not too far off. We've lost a couple minutes. The watch is not doing bad. I'm going to keep it in that hot water. I want to see how hot the watch is. I mean, we've taken it out of the frozen environment. And it's at 100 degrees. So it's experienced a pretty decent thermal shock. Oh, it's hot. Yeah, that's impressive. That's impressive. Let's, I'll bring the watch over this way. You want to be real careful with these watches. Yeah, that's hot. So it experienced freezing to boiling in a matter of seconds, and the legendary Noob quality has come through. It's compared to Rolex time at 9:14 and a half. We've lost a minute and a half due to the freezing conditions it's experienced, followed by submersion into boiling hot water. So not bad. The Noob Hulk has performed well. We got to continue to test this to its limits, but so far, very impressive.